আমরা সকালবেলা আসছি, তাড়াতাড়ি শেষ করে, মানে এত ইলেকট্রিসিটি দরকার নেই ভাই, ওই জন্য।
আচ্ছা বাই দ্য টাইম ইটস মর্নিং আমাদের ইলেকট্রিসিটি কনজাম্পশন কমা যায়, রাতে অনেক চলে বিকজ রিজনস, অবভিয়াস রিজনস।
না না না, আমি বলতে চাচ্ছি যে রাতের বেলা বেশি ইলেকট্রিসিটি আইসা করে, এত ইলেকট্রিসিটি ভালো না। হ্যাঁ,
আইসা পড়ে এন্ড কনজাম্পশনও তো হয়, এমন না যে কনজাম্পশন হয় না।
কম্পিউটারের স্পিড ডাবল হয়ে যাবে।
কম্পিউটার, ইন্টারনেট সবকিছুর স্পিড, আমাগো নিজে গো স্পিড,
হাত চলার স্পিড।
আবরা ডুড, what the fuck man? সকাল এসব কি ভাই?
কি হয়েছে? ও তুমি করো বলে, তো কার দোষ বেশি?
আমি করি ও বলে, এটা তুমি জানো কেমনে?
আমি দেখি তো, তোমার তো সবার কম্পিউটারে বাগ প্ল্যান্ট করা আছে।
আচ্ছা,
গরিব মানুষ ভাই, একলা মানুষ, অ্যাংজাইটি এর জন্য ভয় লাগে, তাই ইনস্টল করছি, মনে করে
anxiety তোর একলা না, ঠিক আছে? Every one of us here, including our friend circle, like actual friend circle, the people we call friends, like friends, emphasis on the word friends, we all have anxieties.
Anxieties and anxiety খুবই ডিফারেন্ট জিনিস কিন্তু।
How?
Anxiety is a মানে diagnosed medical condition. Anxieties, you can be anxious about anything, doesn't mean you have a disease.
So which one do you have?
Not sure, I'm not a doctor.
বাংলাদেশে মেন্টাল হেলথের কোনো ডক্টর নাই, সো we can't actually tell.
Hey, come on man.
I mean, ase, but those are Freudian therapies and those are not cognitive behavior therapies, and আমরা কেউ
মানে ঘটনা হচ্ছে সাইকিয়াট্রিস্ট আছে অনেক, সাইকোলজিস্ট নাই।
Yes,
সাইকোলজিস্ট কম।
Yeah, that's
কম না, নাই।
অলসো যারা আছে তারা খুব এমপ্যাথেটিক না, আই গেস। মানে
ওরা কিছুই না, ওরা ইডিয়েটস। ইন্টার্নশিপ করতেছে, দেন ইন্টার্নশিপ শেষ করে বুঝে না কি করব।
এখন দেশে হইতেছে ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার রিওয়ার্ডিং না, অ্যাকচুয়ালি মানে ট্যালেন্টেড মানুষের জন্য ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার এটা না, কেউ দেশে থাকে না, সো লাকি অনার্স প্র্যাকটিস করে লাকি না।
অলসো লাইক বাংলাদেশে আসলে এখনো ওই পজিশনে পৌঁছায়নি যে মেন্টাল হেলথের দিকে ওভাবে।
ভাই এখনো ম্যাক্সিমাম মানুষ মেন্টাল হেলথ মানে বুঝে হইতেছে যে জিনা ধরছে পরীর কাছে যাওয়া লাগবে।
ও মাই গড, এইটাতে আর যাইস না, মানে দেশ মানে এটার একটা কাহিনী আছে, আমি হালকা করে কই, ঠিক আছে? হালকা করে কই। সো
ডিটেইলস গুলো বাদ দিয়ে দাও।
সো এক জুনিয়র আছে আমার, ইউ প্রবলি হার্ড অফ হিম, যার থেকে আমি হেডফোন কাইরাই না তোরে দিছি। সো জুনিয়রের অবস্থা এমনি খারাপ, মেন্টালি হি ইজ ফাকড, লাইক হি ইজ
ভেরি ফাকড অ্যাকচুয়ালি।
লাইক এ ভেরি ফাকড। অ্যান্ড অ্যাট দি এন্ড অফ অল অফ দিস, মানে সবাই তো মানে টেনশনে আসি যে আর কি হইব না হইব, মানে ওর অ্যাকচুয়ালি সমস্যাটা কোন দিকে, ক্যান দিস বি ডায়াগনোসড, ক্যান সামথিং অ্যাকচুয়ালি হ্যাপেন, নাকি ইজ ডিস্ট্রয়েড বিয়ন্ড।
অ্যাট লিস্ট একটা এক্সাম্পল দে যে কি করছে।
Like there was
আমি জানি, আমাকে বলা লাগবে না, আমি জানি।
না like there was this time যে like রাতের 2টা বাজে ফোন দিছে, he was shouting, he was screaming, he was crying, he was scared, and he did some stuff যেটা like আমি বলতে চাচ্ছি না for personal reasons.
Don't absolutely do not mention the bag and the contents of the bag.
No bag. Yes. Absolutely not the bag. So যাই হোক, so he kept on screaming, and 6টা পর্যন্ত, সকাল 6টা পর্যন্ত আমি ওর সাথে ফোনে ছিলাম, and that's it. So at the end of this, ঠিক আছে, ওর বাপ ওরে সাইকিয়াট্রিস্টের কাছে নিয়ে গেছে ঠিকই, and নিয়ে যায় আসার পর he is like, ওকে তো জিনে ধরছে, and I lost my shit.
Nice. জিনে ধরছে, এখন কার কাছে নেওয়া লাগবে? পরীর কাছে নেওয়া লাগবে।
Exactly. ওকে জিনে ধরছে।
কারণ জিনটার বিয়ে করার ইচ্ছে হয়েছে, এই জন্য একটা পরি খুঁজতেছে। এখন বাংলাদেশে যেহেতু মানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি পরি নাই, সবাই হইতেছে অ্যাঙ্গেল, সো
Yes,
অ্যাঙ্গেল
angle.
একটা পায়,
Yes, angle.
অ্যাঙ্গেলের ভিতরে ঢুকে বসে।
Everyone needs an angle. Angle, আচ্ছা, the story kinda continues. So এই কাহিনীটা is like এমন একটা পর্যায়ে গেছে, I share it to almost every close people. So আমি আমার স্কুলের ফ্রেন্ডদের এটা জানাইতেছিলাম, I was telling them about this, and then suddenly one of my school friends sent us a screenshot. And screenshot was like the friend, he was having a conversation with another one of his friends, and she's like, my mom has this issue, and my dad's like Gina dhorse. And just 5 minutes ago I was talking this kid's dad was like, okay, Gina dhorse, and we're like, okay, what the fuck just happened?
I think at least my parents, at least my father, at least in these cases, is sort of reliable. মানে তারা একবার জিজ্ঞেস করছিল যে এই মানে ওইরকম সিমিলার কেস আর কি, মানে সাম কিড সিক অর সামথিং। আমার ফ্যামিলি ইজ হাইলি রিলিজিয়াস, অলদো আমার কথাবার্তা শুনে বোঝা যায় না, ঠিক আছে, বাট খুবই রিলিজিয়াস ফ্যামিলি। হ্যাঁ, তো মানে ওই জিন ওয়াজ আ পসিবিলিটি। হ্যাঁ, তো আমার বাপ কয় যে জিনের যদি ধরা লাগে তাহলে এরা কেন ধরবে, ধরার মানুষ নাই দেশে।
না না, I have come to a conclusion, ঠিক আছে। How do you know জিনে ধরছে? যখন দেখবা বেডে শুয়া উড়া শুরু কইরা দিছে তখন বুঝবা জিনে ধরছে, নাইলে ধরে নাই।
What? কেন? That is a recognized phenomenon.
That is a recognized phenomenon, but possession-এর ভাই এটাই।
না না, that is a recognized mental health phenomenon.
উড়া শুরু করবি?
Yes, it is not completely explained, but it is recognized.
How? Elaborate. This is interesting.
Google কর, আমি জাস্ট দেখছি।
তুই একটু পড়তে পারোস না?
না, আমি গেম খেলতেছি।
Fuck.
Which is how I deal with my anxiety. আচ্ছা, ওইটাই পরে আসতেছি, বাট yeah, it's not unheard of. হ্যাঁ, মানে it is a recognized phenomenon. এই মানে কি জানি ওই
কার নাম বললি তারা?
ওই যে অনেকে বলে না যে পজিশন হইলে ওই ম্যাসিভ স্ট্রেংথ ইনক্রিজেস, মানে ঘাটটা তুলা ফেলে বা কিছু। That is absolutely a recognized and explained phenomenon. It's hysteria. Hysteria হইলে ওই যে মানে র স্ট্রেংথ হইতেছে বাড়ে না, বাট মানে ইউসেজটা বেড়ে যায় আর কি, মানে মানুষ ওভার এক্সার্ট করে, which is why they get tired quickly. মানে এই টাইপের এপিসোডের পরেই দেখা যায় যে পড়ে গেছে, অজ্ঞান হয়ে গেছে।
লাইক হাইপোথেসিস যেটা হচ্ছে, আমি যেটুকু পড়ছিলাম এক জায়গায়, যে বেসিক্যালি মানুষের ব্রেন কিছু লিমিটেশন দিয়ে রাখে ইসের উপরে।
না না, ওইটা একটু সিউডো সায়েন্স, বাট ওই যে মানে you are capable of being that strong. হ্যাঁ, মানে যারা খাটমাট তোলে they are capable of being that strong, but ওই মানে they don't exert, মানে আমাদের নিজেদের
ওই পরিমাণে কখনো করা লাগে না,
মানে আমাদের নিজেদের অনেক ইনহিবিশন আছে যে ব্যথা লাগবে এই সেই, বাট হিস্টেরিক মানুষ তার তো আর এইসব ইনহিবিশন নাই, সে ওভার এক্সার্ট করে and then quickly tired হয়ে যায়। হ্যাঁ,
আর তারপর অজ্ঞান হয়ে যায়।
Yes, মানে ইউজুয়ালি যেটা হয় এইটাই।
আচ্ছা, did you know the cure, not the cure to hysteria, but like when you feel the symptoms of hysteria like in you, তুই যদি বুঝতে পারোস, you masturbate.
I find it uncomfortable how all of your solutions come to that.
Actually,
no, when it's related, when it's জিরা ধরা related to gene or like,
মানে আমি ঠিক বুঝলাম না, ভূত ধরলেও এটা করা লাগবে, জিন ধরলেও এটা করা লাগবে, মেন্টাল হেলথ মানে
mental health
is this like Callover, মানে cure-all type-এর?
Yeah, basically Callover.
I still remember এই যে মানে করোনা ভাইরাস যখন শুরু হলো, ইন্ডিয়াতে শুরু হলো যে গৌমূত্র, এই যে, আর আমাদের দেশে শুরু হলো কালোজিরা।
কালো জিরা
আমি
তারপর
আমি দুইটার মধ্যে খুব বেশি ডিফারেন্স দেখি না অ্যাকচুয়ালি।
the কালো জিরা actually খাওয়া যায় and that is helpful. You don't drink cow piss.
মানে 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 where do you draw the line, তাই না? মানে দুইটাই তো সিউডো সায়েন্স, ঠিক আছে? মানে কালো জিরা boosts your immune system, that's how, মানে that's as
What
far
does
as I
cow
know.
piss do though?
মানে cow piss doesn't do anything, but
So how's that pseudoscience?
in a sense it is, মানে it boosts your immune system which might help with covid, ঠিক আছে? And
Cow
cow
piss?
piss, what was the claim যে these are cure-alls for coronavirus, right? Which neither of them are, ঠিক আছে? So where do you draw the line? মানে
I draw the line যে একটা হলো edible substance যেটার ভর্তা বানায় খাইলে ভাত দিয়া খাইতে মজা লাগে, and the other is like why?
আচ্ছা
Why?
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে,
Just why?
maybe an unfair comparison, but both are scientifically wrong.
Yeah, ওইটা বলতে পারো logic wise that's illogical.
So where do you draw the line actually? যে মানে কোনটা খারাপ কোনটা ভালো, how do you identify that, right?
Depending on the substance.
মানে
যেটাই
কোথায়,
কাজ করে
where does your belief stop, তাই না? মানে
যেটাই
where
কাজ করে সেটা কাজ করে।
the point is যে মানে সায়েন্স কইরা কিছু জানি না, তুমি হইতেছে চাল পরা এই যে কি জানি বালসাল চালান দিয়া সবকিছু যাই না
বাটি চালান।
yes, so why aren't you in more important positions then? মানে যদি এত আধ্যাত্মিক শক্তি দিয়ে এত ভালো অবস্থা হয়ে যায়, why aren't you president?
এই কোয়েশ্চেনটা আমার ভাইও করে যে লাইক আচ্ছা এতই যখন কালো জাদু করে তো এরা এতদিনের প্রেসিডেন্ট হয় নাই কেন? আর why are they not immortal?
ইমর্টালিটি অন্য জিনিস। আই এম শিওর আমি যদি প্রচন্ড পাওয়ারফুল কোনো মানুষ হইতাম, দ্য ফার্স্ট থিং আই ডু ইজ কিল মাইসেলফ, ঠিক আছে? if I yes, because I believe in power structures. I believe I am not to be trusted with too much power.
Oh, okay. আচ্ছা।
Yeah, so maybe I do some wholesome shit like make some memes or something. The ultimate meme.
I did make ultimate memes. A
Or
lot of
something like
ultimate
that.
memes.
Then I'd kill myself. ঠিক আছে? So মানে where were we? আমি কই জানি কি জানি হয়ে গেল, আমি ঠিক বুঝি না।
Basically আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ
গেম খেলতেছি তো।
আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ, সো কোন টপিকে ব্যাক করব? লাইক
এই সায়েন্স পড়া এটা আই ডোন্ট থিংক লাভ আছে, বিকজ আমি তোমাদের কোন আমি বিলিভারদের কোনো কথায় দাম দিব না, আমি জাস্ট পারি না, ঠিক আছে?
বিলিভার বলতে আমি কিছুই কই না, আই এম জাস্ট সেইং লাইক when
আমি এই
it's
টাইপের কোনো
related to
thinking
hysteria, ভূতে ধরা, জিনে ধরা or জিন দেখা or something stupid like that, hysteria is not stupid, but ওই টাইপের situations are actually made up হইতে পারে।
I might be too harsh, but আমি এই any sort of conclusion that relies on belief আমি কোনো দাম দিব না, এভিডেন্স না থাকলে আমি কোনো দাম দিব না।
So you don't believe in masturbating?
Masturbating এর এভিডেন্স আছে যে it actually has some health benefits.
Early symptoms of hysteria দেখলে if you masturbate it can help you control it.
Yeah, a lot, I sort of doubt that's the case.
There's a probability. There's a probability.
I doubt it's as simple as it sounds, but yeah, I can see that happening. So you have built up stress, so you need to let some of it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense even to some noob like me who knows nothing about science. So
basically.
আচ্ছা, আমার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে, টপিকে ফেরত যাই আর কি। বেসিক্যালি
লেটস গো ব্যাক।
তোদের কারো কখনো লাইক প্যানিক অ্যাটাক হয়েছে?
হয়েছে এক দুইবার।
হয়, অ্যাকচুয়ালি
হয় না, আমার একবারই হয়েছে সারা জীবনে, so far as I remember.
রিসেন্ট কাহিনী নাকি তোরটা পুরান কাহিনী?
2 বছর।
তাইলে তো রিসেন্টলি যেগুলা হইতাছে ওইগুলো আই গেস মাইনর।
না রিসেন্টলি আমি তো বললাম ইটস নট আ প্রবলেম আমার অ্যাংজাইটি ইজ নট আ ডায়াগনোসড প্রবলেম আই হ্যাভ
Then you're
I've
saying
had-
you have anxieties.
I have panic attacks. I've had a panic attack in a very specific situation, which, like, if you didn't have a panic attack in that situation, there's something wrong with you. ঠিক আছে?
বলতে পারবি নাকি বেশি
Yeah,
পার্সোনাল?
yeah, same. I can. But আমি শুরু করব নাকি? you
হ্যাঁ
guys?
কর, obviously কর, like
Yeah.
what caused it and how you dealt with it.
Yeah, so I sort of dropped out. But before I dropped out, I was anticipating dropping out. So so much so, and like getting into a specific university was like the height of my achievement in this life. ঠিক আছে? The thought of losing it was too much for me, and I started having frequent panic attacks, and actual attacks. I remember আমি ওই যে একটা পোলার বাসায় পড়াইতে গেছিলাম, পড়ানোর মাঝখানে I felt like I can't. I just can't live today. So I can't describe how viscerally disappointing, how incredibly depressing an anxiety attack can be. I remember আমি কোনো মতে পোয়েটারে একটা ম্যাথ দিয়া বলছি যে তুমি করতে থাকো, আমি আসতেছি বুঝলো। আমি ওর বারান্দায় গিয়ে I got into the fetal position and like I couldn't even cry. I was about to আটতলার বারান্দায় বসে আমি just like কেমন জানি I'm what do you call it? Hysteric. I was hysteric. ঠিক আছে?
এখানে I don't think that's hysteric. Hysteric is like wildness, irrationality এগুলো. What you
Yes, it
felt
was irrational because it was irrational. Irrationality had an effect in me because if I had dropped out, I had nothing to do at that point. That sort of so panicking out was irrational, right? So
rather than I don't see that as panicking. Man, তুই যেভাবে বলতাছস, it seems more like depression got the best of you.
nah, I didn't know yet that I was dropping out. It is an anxiety attack.
So like তুই anticipate করে like you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I remember like getting into the fetal position and like 10 minute আমি just like high stress environment the feeling was যে আমি 10 মিনিট টানা হইতেছে কোনো ব্রেক ছাড়া at the top of my lungs যত জোরে পারি দৌড়াইছি and then বসে পড়ছি আর কি. That was the feeling I was getting. That was how stressed I felt, to say nothing about the mental situation. That's how I felt physically.
Like, was your heart beating really fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
প্রচন্ড.
And breathing problems?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And ever since I have been diagnosed with, and I have actually been diagnosed with like almost suicidal depression. Like আমার বাসায় বলা আছে যে if it can't be helped with medicine because আমাদের দেশে মেডিসিন নাই actually. সবই প্লেসিবো. বাইরের দেশেও সবই প্লেসিবো হইতে পারে, একটা চান্স আছে. It is a possibility that all depression medicine is placebo. But আমাদের দেশে স্পেশালি একদমই নাই, সবই ডিপ্রেশন হইলে ঘুমের ওষুধ দেওয়া দেয় আর কি.
Yeah, basically.
So I have been prescribed, but যেহেতু the psychiatrist or whatever was related to me. Oh man, I broke my psychiatrist. সে কান্নাকাটি শুরু করে দিয়েছে সেশনের মাঝখানে. Have I ever told you that?
No. How did that happen?
I guess I was very articulate about how I felt.
And that broke the psychiatrist?
Yeah, she was like, oh my god, why haven't you told me this and how long has this been happening? And I'm like, yeah, since college. And she was, that's like 5-6 years. Oh my god, এতদিন বলো না. তার প্যানিক অ্যাটাক শুরু হয়ে গেছে।
ওয়েট, সো তুই সাইকিয়াট্রিস্ট দেখাইছিস কি রিসেন্টলি?
দেখাই নাই, আই ওয়াজ লাইক আই রিয়েলি নিড টু টক। মানে সে বাসায় আসতো তো, লাইক মানে বাসায় আসতো অ্যাকচুয়ালি, হ্যাঁ। সো একদিন আই এম জাস্ট লাইক আই নিড টু টক, আমি পারতেছি না অ্যাকচুয়ালি, and I need to see if I have a problem. So she was like, yeah, sure, whatever. মানে সে probably ধরে নিছে যে ওই যে পোলাপাইনার একটু থাকে না যে ডিপ্রেশন না হইলে ইনস্টাগ্রাম স্টোরি দেওয়া যাবে না,
ওই যে
সে আই থিঙ্ক অ্যান্টিসিপেট করতেছিল ওই টাইপের জিনিস, হ্যাঁ। বাট আমার যে ফুল ফ্লেজেড লাইক একদম ক্রিপলিং ডিপ্রেশন আছে এটা সে জানতো না। And আইসা দেখে যে ইটস লাইক মানে এই পর্যায়ে মানে the only one who can help me is myself. Yeah, if I decide to get straight, I'll get straight. Otherwise help করার কিছু মানে at least তার capability নাই, so she panicked. এই অবস্থা কেন? I assume আর কি, I don't know, man.
না এখানে I don't think the psychiatrist is at fault because by একটা human, as a human, she is supposed to have limitations.
I was pretty fucked. Plus I was related to her, so it is the fact that she will be worried is like a given, ঠিক আছে? So ওই problem না, but that's the thing, মানে
problem
I started
but
having
it's a problem
মানে আমার জন্য problem মানে হইতেছে if I let it be a problem, it's a problem, হ্যাঁ। most of the time like মানে mental health issues are so bad because মানে often the only person who can help yourself is you, and you don't know it or you are not in a position to help yourself, ঠিক আছে? self actualization টা actually অনেক it's hard for healthy people, let alone depressed people, yeah. That's what I think. And yeah, back to my panic attacks. So I had a 10-minute long panic attack out in the balcony of my student's place. Or I think I didn't know who to call, so I just called a random person. I called someone I don't usually call at all. Navid will remember this person. আমি ওর সাথে এটা নিয়ে বেশ লাফাইছিলাম, because Navid thinks that every girl I associate with like wants to like do the bang bang.
Not every girl you associate
with. Navid thinks that I've had a lot of opportunities, arki.
You showed me.
You keep insisting that all of those were opportunities. I beg to differ, ঠিক আছে? Just because someone wants to talk to you doesn't mean they want to like do the bang bang.
Okay. Now, some of them legit wanted to do the bang bang, but that's a topic for another day. We're talking about anxieties.
I don't see how
that's another anxiety causing topic.
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, but the rule of the thumb is you always assume the worst, ঠিক আছে?
Yeah, basically it's the worst.
Which I do. Navid keeps insisting that's the wrong thing to do, so I don't know. Navid contradicts himself a lot. Okay.
Yeah, the biggest contradiction to me is myself.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, man. You just have to figure it out yourself. আচ্ছা তারপরে হইতেছে that's one panic attack. I've had several since. একটা টাইমে আমি জাস্ট ভার্সিটিতে গিয়া বসে থাকতাম, বন্ধ থাকলো, আমি জাস্ট গিয়া বসে থাকতাম in anticipation of some news. I think at some point I had day-long panic attacks, right?
Was this like বসে থাকতে যে এটা তো ড্রপ আউটের পর না, ওই যে বসে থাকলি যে
না আগে
আচ্ছা ওই যে রেজাল্টের জন্য
পরে হইলে I'd be পাগল,
পরেরটা আমার খেয়াল আছে, পরেরটা যেদিন রেজাল্ট দিছে ওই দিন রাতের কথা আমার এক্স্যাক্টলি এখনো খেয়াল আছে।
Okay. So that's the thing, and that's my experience with panic attacks. Okay.
Like, how did you actually deal with?
I didn't. I pitched out. I was like a pussy, man.
Like, how did you, did you just wait it out until
Yeah,
the feeling
what do
went
I do otherwise? I mean, আর কি করতে পারি?
and
The other choice is getting prescribed and taking medicine, which wasn't an option at the time.
At least you get to do drugs legally.
that's actually not really that fun.
I doubt the drugs you get to do are like fun in any way.
They're not. Like, as far as I've heard, antidepressant sometimes just stop make you make like they
The moment
make
you stop
feeling.
There's been a lot of research into this. Antidepressants might be totally placebo চেয়ে কোনো difference নাই, which drug companies have fought strongly against, because let's face it, they would. That's what they would do. You try to take oil away from oil companies, you see how they reacted. So it's no surprise that the drug companies react like that. তাই না?
But এখানে কথা আছে।
না, কথা নাই।
আছে
কথা is the
কইতে দে।
আচ্ছা, বল।
The thing is, antidepressants placebo হোক या না হোক, এটা খাওয়া ছাইড়া দিলে you go back to being like uber suicidal.
That's the thing, right? What I'm trying to argue here is antidepressants, যদি কেউ you just need someone to tell you it's going to be okay, ঠিক আছে? If they tell you যে antidepressants খাইলে সব ঠিক হয়ে যাবে, then antidepressants help. But if they tell you যে chocolate খাইলে সব ঠিক হয়ে যাবে, then eating chocolates would help, because যেসব রিসার্চ হয়েছে, antidepressants are not statistically significant. I remember this because I read this study কয়েকদিন আগে. They are not statistically significant. They have medical কি বলে diagnostic significance, যে the people feel better পরে, but টেস্ট করে দেখা গেছে যে ওই like there's very little difference between the effect placebo have and the effect actual antidepressants have.
Like basically তারা এই similar control group এ placebo ইউজ করছে এবং ইউজ করছে, antidepressant ইউজ করছে, এবং দুটার ক্ষেত্রেই রেজাল্ট দেখা গেছে ultimately same.
Result dangerously similar.
That's actually really
pura the entire concept of antidepressants is being challenged now. In fact, I think weed and যে Joe Rogan মাঝে মধ্যে কি ওর সাথে কেউ যদি কথা কইতে যায় যে এই ভিডিও গেমটা খেলছো, he is like, yeah dude, but have you done DMT, right? So there's a line of thinking that DMT and weed are more cost efficient and more effective than the common. Psychedelics are better at confronting mental health issues than a lot of antidepressants are. Oil line of thinking is gaining traction at the moment. Yeah.
So like, is medicine for hypertension a kind of antidepressant?
I don't know, dude. Hypertension to me, I don't even know
এক জিনিস, আর that's borderline paranoia.
Hypertension ki isn't it like a physical issue?
Yes, it is. No, I am bringing this up because I was actually, I guess, kind of prescribed hypertension medicine about 3 years ago.
How did it go?
Acha, high blood pressure.
My problem was completely opposite, low blood pressure. But anyway, like
the medicine has an effect for it has different sort of effects. So I think that there's a specific reason why it was prescribed to you. Please continue.
So I have this problem where my hands always shake. Yeah, that, and also my hands not only my hands, my body always kind of shakes,
I've seen
I
your
always
hands.
have
আমি
kind
ওটা
of
প্রায় পয়েন্ট আউট করছি।
jitters. Yeah, so for that I was prescribed hypertension medicine, like 3 per day or something, or 2, and I took them for 15 days or 7 days, I think. And
were the doctor sure it wasn't a nerve issue?
I'm actually not sure. I don't remember that
এখানে
now.
hand shaking but body parts shaking can lead to a lot of things. Usually
it
hand
sounds like a
shaking
nerve issue.
nerve issue হইতে পারে, hand shaking could even lead to heart issues too.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Yeah, could be a lot of.
So like after 15 days or 7 days I stopped, and the shakes came back at double the force, literally. It was worse. It was really bad. And like in those 15 days I was kind of okay. It didn't go that bad. But yeah, like I don't know. Was it withdrawal? Was it something else? Whatever it was, I told
Would
my
it have
father.
been withdrawal just after 15 days? Controlled doses?
Yeah,
These
I
things
don't
are
know.
addictive কিন্তু।
না মানে controlled doses just 15 days এত অল্পতে withdrawal symptom এসে বলবে, এটা তো weird.
হাইপারটেনশনের
weird.
মেডিসিন কিন্তু ইউজুয়ালি লো পাওয়ার্ড হয় না, হাই পাওয়ার্ড হয়, আর ওকে 3 বেলা কইরা দিছে।
But it's controlled doses and like it's just been 15 days. এত অল্পতে এত খারাপ রকম addiction হয়ে যাবে যে withdrawal symptom দেখা দিবে. That's what I'm saying. It's not.
কন্ট্রোল ডোজেজ বলতে কি বুঝোস?
He wasn't gobbling it down.
He basically was, ও 3 বেলা কইরা খাইতাছে।
Dude, that's prescribed. What?
হইলো
It's terminology, man. You don't understand the terminology. Controlled dose মানে হইতেছে ডক্টর যতটুকু প্রেসক্রাইব করছে ততটুকুই নিছে। ওই ডোসেজে কখনোই অ্যাডিকশন হয় না।
So yeah, I don't really know what actually happened, and we never really went back to the doctors anyway, because when I told my father about this, he just simply said, okay, stop taking medicine, just stop. And then we stopped, and after 2 more weeks I kind of went back to like the normal shakes, which I still kind of have, but yeah, that's kind of my experience with.
It's horrible. It's horrible that you just have to live with stuff that bothers you.
It doesn't bother me anymore, like I'm
but you have
it
used to. Yeah, exactly. Why do you have to get used to it? Why isn't there a solution for this? Right.
There isn't solution, I guess. Like
yeah, but like I assume you can't afford it or something weird like that, because I can't afford a lot of things either. And that's crazy because people have the right to live. You take land away from people, you take their livelihood away, and now you're starting to take their health away, which is like, where do you draw the line, right? How much does the individual have to give up for the betterment of society? That's my question.
Everything. You give up everything until you're left with nothing.
Also the society doesn't exactly benefit from that, because the billionaires took most of it away. Yeah. No issue.
Yeah, that's
completely
another topic.
Unrelated to today's
Not
topic.
Unrelated, but
with today's topic, it's আজকের টপিকের সাথে এটা unrelated.
Well, let's be honest here. Like not honest, but from my perspective at least, like a lot of problems that we have, that we see in our current society, including mental health issues, stem from the current status quo, right? The current situation, the current system that we are in. like
I
maybe
think we need to be specific in this because blaming society for the sickness is sort of a joker move. ঠিক আছে? So, ওইদিকে না গিয়ে we can blame the lack of treatment to society, which is it is more apparent. ঠিক আছে?
yeah, true.
মানে সবকিছুর জন্য সোসাইটিরে ব্লেম করা ইজ লাইক আ ভেরি মার্কসিস্ট পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ ওইদিকে না যাই
Well, I wouldn't
we can directly attribute the lack of a treatment for people to society মানে to how society functions ওইটা ঠিক আছে
yeah, basically.
ওইটাতেই থাকবে ওকে কন্টিনিউ প্লিজ
So yeah, like go ahead about
Yeah.
panic attacks, right? Like going forward, like do you like have you set up any like ways to deal with panic attacks? Like do you have
I deal with all mental health issues in a similar way now and I have a philosophy. I have the philosophy that suffering is natural and it's the only one. If we didn't suffer, we wouldn't. And how did evolution happen, right? Because evolution happened because we tried to get things we wanted and couldn't. And we struggled against the status quo. We suffered. So I take suffering as a necessary step to growth, and like that's how like. Most mental health issues stem from low self-esteem. ঠিক আছে? So, মানে when you adopt philosophies that like empower you, that force you into assuming a position that's more firm, they are automatically dialed down. At least in my experience. মানে I still get depressed, I get down, but I keep remembering that মানে it is my duty to do justice to myself, ঠিক আছে? Because no one else will take that responsibility, not even my family in most cases. It is what happened to me and what keeps happening to me is not right. A person shouldn't have too difficult a life, you know what I'm saying? So the difficulties we face a lot of the time they are beyond our control, so we have to deal with what's within our control. And what do I say, how do I put this? So it's our responsibility to do right by ourselves. Does that make sense?
Basically personal responsibility.
Yeah, assuming personal responsibility, that's how I deal with stuff. And it's not a happy, this is the memory TV meme. This is not a happy reality.
Ouch.
But it has to be done. What's the alternative? Like getting hooked on anti-depressants. It's not a good idea.
I mean, there is no proper alternative.
And there are a lot of people. You can choose to be an Instagram model, for instance. I think that helps.
How does that help?
Approval.
What? Like, no.
Acha, no. If you think about it,
look. When you're down, you sort of need some sort of reinforcement. You need
positive someone to tell you
no, you don't need someone to tell you. You need positive reinforcement that can come from within you. That can come from someone else. That can also come from within you. So
most basically, of the cases, it doesn't come from within you.
Basically,
because you're not trying. You're relying on someone
to try. Like if you're actually going through shit,
that's sort of the point. Depression actually
tires you out.
Yeah, it kind of like prevents that. So it's hard for healthy people to do that, like to take responsibility already. For depressed people, I can't even. Actually, I can imagine because I've been diagnosed now. The thing is how difficult that can be. So yeah, but it's sort of the only sustainable way. You rely too much on people people
I'll be right back.
people are temporary, ঠিক আছে মানে people can leave, you can disappoint people, মানে you can't
can
always
die.
rely on you can't always rely on someone else to solve your problems. That's my point.
But আমার ক্ষেত্রে I have come to terms মানে this is my perspective যে in different phases you will meet different people and in those phases those different people will help you go through that phase.
Yeah, I am not doubting the importance of people. Like Naruto told us, Hokage datte bayo. ঠিক আছে?
Yeah, and then Boruto came and destroyed it all.
I don't what is Boruto? I don't know this word. ঠিক আছে? Everyone who watches Naruto should appreciate the value of other people in your life.
The only word Naruto ever said was Sasuke.
No. Like, this sounds extremely silly, but I think Naruto has a nice noob way of portraying like camaraderie আর কি. So relying on others for strength is not always a bad thing, but I have found it to be taxing and inefficient. That's perhaps also owing to me being a dickhead. So in my case, it's not a reliable solution. I prefer going at it alone. I prefer going at it alone. That doesn't mean you should prefer going at it alone. Like if Instagram helps, do Instagram. Whatever helps.
Yeah, basically, if like posting pictures on Instagram help you out, just do it. If writing poetry that doesn't make sense helps, write.
Yeah, we just cited Naruto to solve mental health issues. We don't know anything.
We are not qualified.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should have actually mentioned this. Like, this is not.
I don't think we have to mention it because this is our personal perspectives on things we have experienced, right? No one can take this away from us. Amader experience to amader. Right? No one can take our experiences away from us.
No, but still a disclaimer is good that this is not professional advice. Do not.
Yeah, basically none of like.
ওইভাবে দেখতে গেলে কারোরই প্রফেশনাল অ্যাডভাইস দেওয়ার ক্যাপাবিলিটি নাই
তাইলে শো করাই উচিত না
not even doctors are weird, man.
Yeah, doctors
like
they want to attribute everything to Freud, which is weird.
What is up with their obsession with Freud?
He makes a lot of sense.
ভাই আমাদের দরকার কগনিটিভ বিহেভিয়ার থেরাপি আমাদের যেটা আছে ফ্রয়েডিয়ান এন্ড এভরিথিংস ফ্রয়েড এন্ড লাইক দ্যাট সাকস
yeah it sort of ওই তো লাইক ক্লিনিক্যালি আমাদের খারাপ অবস্থা অ্যাকচুয়ালি
না লাইক তুই চিন্তা কর
I don't doubt they are more knowledgeable, but I doubt their methods are effective, at least in the context of our country. But then again, যে দেশে এখনো এই জিন ভূত চাল পড়া বাটি চালান এইসব is still a thing. যে দেশে মেন্টাল হেলথ ইস্যু এখনো ঠিক মতো একনোলজি হয় না, সেই দেশে আর কি এক্সপেক্ট করতে পারো তুমি? I don't really know.
It's like what you need is a good pat in the back and be reminded that okay, it's all gonna be okay, just hang in there however you can.
Yeah,
something good might come out of it, but instead what you get are sleeping pills, china dose, party chala, eshob.
You just need someone to tell you why you're lonely. You know
why? You
don't
have to be lonely.
No, the reason that you're lonely is because you're fat and gay.
No.
Dead and gay. Know why you're lonely?
Dead and gay.
It's because you're fat.
Is that a reference to that one album by
DG?
Why don't girls see the nice guys?
I just want to. Like,
you're a nice guy. But you're fat and you're fucking
this
gay.
Is a completely other tangent, but
why don't girls see the inside?
DigiPro
they do.
Turned
but they see
into a transgender.
That you're still
just
fat
want
and
to
gay.
Let you know that.
There's no
Did you
such
wrote
thing
what?
as a friend zone.
Yeah, she is a female now.
কি করে?
She's
The
Disney
only reason
now.
that you're lonely is because you're fat and gay.
I just wanted to let you know. Disney,
There's no
yes,
such
she's
thing as a
Disney now.
friend zone.
That happened.
The only reason that you're lonely
But
is because
anyway,
you're fat and gay.
where, right, Navid, what's your experience with panic attacks?
Like, where do I begin and where does it end?
I think if we're talking mental health therapy, we should mention Filthy Frank at some point, because without that, I have to make this very clear. Without Franku, I would have been a very different person.
আমার ক্ষেত্রেও সেম, বাট এটা আমি লাস্টে আসি।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে,
এটা আমি লাস্টে আসি। আমার ক্ষেত্রে I don't necessarily have panic attacks where I anticipate something and go nuts. That doesn't happen. What I have are uncontrollable explosions of emotions after a certain something. কোন একটা কিছু হইলো, after that I just lose control. আমি বুঝতাছি না আমার ভিতর কি ইমোশন কাজ করতেছে। It all feels like rage, but these are not rage. These are like uncontrollable and unexplainable. This one moment I'm happy, this other moment I'm sad, this other moment I'm like punching back to a point of no return. My hand starts hurting and then it goes on. It's an endless cycle that lasts for 1 hour, 2 hours.
Bro, did you just mention you have emotions? Wow, that's like so gay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Why are you so gay, bro? The fuck?
Yeah, basically how Wahid deals with his panic attack, anxieties and depression.
Is there any specific like situation or occurrence that really stuck with you?
Specific situation, there are multiple. Like, it all started since 2010, like when everything went to shit. Like,
It started when you were young and you were mine, my bro.
pink life, bro, pink life. It all started when the business went to loss, some family shit happened, and then other things like breaking out of that shit, and those positions took a really bad toll on me, although it wasn't related to me directly, but it was still like, we are people living under the same roof, so everyone's gonna get affected one way or another. So it did affect me. Then there was ki bole, my dad passing away. That is another thing. Like, okay, in Bangladesh it's not like you're 18 and you get out and you're independent.
I wish it was like that.
Me too, at this point, me too, but it's not. And you're like, here you are waiting for your dad to like more or less show you everything, the way and shit, and then he just goes away and you're like, okay, what do I do now? I mean, I'm like, I just have to do this alone. And you start comparing. You're like, okay, so your brother doesn't have to do it, didn't have to do it, he is all set, and you're stranded. What do you do now? That specific question just hit me hard, like onek hard, and that's when like amar sobche beshi problem howa shuru hoyse, the uncontrollable emotion and everything. Like, আমি এর মাঝখানেও গত আগেও বলছিলাম যে like, whenever I feel like I am having an anxiety attack or something of that sort, I just explode and then I just shut down. Like, আমি ওটা এক্সপ্রেস না করতে পারে, I just চুপ করে বসা থেকে I just shut down.
You don't actually explode. Like, it's an inner explosion. Like, no one actually gets to see it. You don't get to express it at all.
Exactly. এটার একটা কোপিং মেকানিজম হলো, I do the exact opposite things I think of. Like, ওয়াহিদ মাঝখানে একটা এই দিছিলেন না যে হার্ম ওসিডি যে জিনিসটা, হার্ম ওসিডি
আমি আমি পড়তে পারি না, আমি এগুলো জানি না।
আচ্ছা, ইনভিজিবিলিয়া পডকাস্টটা দিছিলি না মাঝখানে?
yes
ওটা থেকে আর কি পাইছি হার্ম ওসিডি। হ্যাঁ, harm OCD. So it's basically like when you focus on the negative thoughts more. That's called harm OCD.
মানে the concept was all you're gonna have thoughts, a lot of thoughts, and most of them aren't important. Yeah. So dwelling over thought niya the thoughts you have, they're not all super important, so you can ignore most of them. That's the basic concept, right? Okay, carry on.
And we have a tendency to like compulsively go over at যেগুলো harm করে আমাদেরকে,
নেগেটিভ এক্সপেরিয়েন্স,
হ্যাঁ নেগেটিভ যেগুলো লাইক সে আমার এখন বসে আছে and I'm having thoughts like I should probably stab my friend with a knife or something. That's a negative thought, and ওটার প্রতি আমি ফোকাস দেব rather than thinking about everything else. তখন সব ঢাকা পড়ে আছে, you forget everything and you just lose it. And that's when shit starts to happen. You get anxiety, you get depression, you start questioning things. So এইসব ক্ষেত্রে when that kind of thought happens, ভাই আমি ধইরা নিছি যে আমার এটা constantly হবে, like আমার এখনো হইতাছে, I'm probably angry at someone right now, I don't know who, probably at someone, not me. I'm never angry at me, but I'm always angry at someone. So whenever a type of thought happens, I just do the opposite of that. Say if I'm mad at Wahid, I need to know why I'm mad at Wahid, and I need to do something nice for him. If I contradict my
oh shit
basically if I contradict those thoughts, it means I can break free.
He has been mad at me a lot.
Yes, I have.
Oh God.
I have been mad at almost everyone for every single day and every moment of my life, but that's not the point. The point is it doesn't matter if I'm mad at you or if I'm not mad at you. Yeah. That's how I just break free. No, I need to contradict those. Contradicting means I can outrule them. I can do the opposite and they don't have an impact on me. They don't control me.
But in the long term, do they not have an impact on you?
They obviously do. Like oigula chinta kore I made some really regrettable choices. Over the past 3 years, not even that long, 3 বছরে I have made really regrettable choices.
Now it makes sense.
Oh my God, you just had to bring that up, didn't you, you dumbass? But yeah, that.
I think realizing that stuff is
eventually you realize.
You have to grow out of the mindset that I have to do the opposite. That's still like compelling you to do nice.
You need to like get a hold of yourself. Like overall, oikhane.
Yeah,
that
I just
was
think
another point.
I just think the procedure you mentioned, doing nice things for people.
Not doing the nice things for people, doing the opposite of what you thought was bad.
Yeah, so that's still like, the thing is still compelling you to do opposite stuff.
It is.
So it's still controlling you.
It's it's not like আগের মতন. এখন it's like I have a bit more control over it. এখন it's like, okay, if I want to say no, I just say no. I don't know.
I think you should be able to just ignore it. ঠিক আছে? In the long run, এখন না পারলে সমস্যা নাই, but in the long run I think the mindset that you have to do anything, the opposite or the thing that you want to do is something you should grow out of. You should try to grow out of at least, because that's still not healthy in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
But এখানে জাস্ট কথা হলো ফার্স্টে যেটা যে সিনারিওটা তুই বললি, দ্য বুকস অ্যান্ড অল, দ্যাট ওয়াজ আ পয়েন্ট যে লাইক আমি আর নিতে পারতাছি না, ঠিক আছে? My dad
Yeah,
dying actually had a really bad impact on me, and like
it is okay for now. That's not what I meant. I meant in the long
আমি
in the long run.
obviously I'm gonna wait out 2 more years, and আমি আরো 2 বছর try করুম to like properly outgrow this. I'm trying every day. So, like,
Yeah,
ঠিক আছে, I need to outgrow this. I need to get a
sort
hold
of the
myself.
point, dude. Yeah, that's the point. You got what you need, man.
That was a really bad breaking point in my life. So like আমি আর নিতে পারতাছি না. This shit just happened, my dad dying just happened, and তাও আমি ওইখান থেকে ব্রেক নিয়ে I'm not taking care of myself or anything. I'm just like daily life এ just সুন্দর মতো এক ধাক্কায় ফিরা যায় নিতে পারি নাই আর জিনিসটা. Like বলতে গেলে even my mother had symptoms of PTSD from that situation, and ওইটাও আরো এফেক্ট করছে, and overall just যায়া after 3, 4, 5 months I completely broke down, and like পরে তো সেমিস্টারই ড্রপ দিলাম.
I remember that was a fun time actually.
Yeah,
what we did with the dropped semester.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That was a fun time though. That was actually like helpful. এটা দরকার ছিল আমার.
I'm glad you realized that you needed to do that and did it. I wouldn't have. In some ways I think my process is inferior to yours because I don't take care of myself. Because
there's a reason like, why I choose to take care of myself though.
I grind.
Okay, look, in future and now there are people who are gonna depend on me, and even if not for me, I need to be the better self for them.
Yeah, see, I also feel like I'm inferior to you in that sense because I have this mindset that I have adopted has forced me, not forced me, there was nothing forcing me. It has transformed me into a very selfish person because I don't really care about other people. I would think, that's what I think. I think my point of view is very selfish, that like I have had bad stuff happen to me, mostly due to my fault, and now it is up to me to do this for myself, which is very selfish in a way.
This is selfish, but hey, if it helps you, it helps you.
And it's great that you have outgrown that and like actually grown to care for other people. That's pretty.
It's not just family. আমার কথা হলো I'm gonna have friends, and like if I have friends, I'm gonna want them to depend on me for at least something. If I'm calling them a friend, I would at least want them to feel that yes, you are my friend.
That's pretty noble. That's what I'm trying to say. And I doubt my ability to do something. At least for that, I need to be the better self of me. I doubt my ability to do something like that, be that selfless.
But we are different individuals, and you have been there for me like quite a few times by the car accident.
No, I haven't. I yell at you.
That is actually a necessity. আমার দরকার আছে ওইটার.
My solution to mental health is yelling at people.
Yeah, but still ওটা দরকার আছে. I mean, the shit I do, so. I should be yelled at. Sometimes by এত stupid কাজ করি যে I should be yelled at.
I wouldn't say so. If yelling at people solve problems, why are the psychologists can? তাইলে তো চাল পড়া পার্টি চালান stuff should actually work.
Party চালান is a different thing. হ্যাঁ আপনার বল.
Yelling really doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's very bad.
I mean, it's a short-term solution, you know, Nadir?
না ওইটা বলতাছি না, সবকিছুর জন্য ইয়েলিং বলতাছি না, বাট কিছু কিছু জিনিস যেমন লাইক মাইনরিটি যেগুলা ওইগুলোর জন্য আই থিঙ্ক ইয়েলিং কুড হেল্প, at least in my case, যে I need to be harshly reminded of some things যে okay dude, what you're doing is just plain stupid, stop.
In the sense I think it is very I think the yelling thing working is exclusive to me and him because another solution to things is like polar opposites, right? I focus on myself and he focuses on everyone else, so in that sense it should work.
Yeah, basically.
In any other case it shouldn't work. In any other case it's a bad idea to yell at depressed people.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily at this point I wouldn't say I'm depressed. Like তোর যেমন ক্রিপলিং ডিপ্রেশন আছে আমার ওইটা নাই, আমার জাস্ট একটাই সবচেয়ে বড় ইস্যু হইলো যে দি আনকন্ট্রোলেবল এক্সপ্লোশন অফ ইমোশনস।
Why do emotions need to be controlled? I don't get it.
Sometimes controlling them helps, ঠিক আছে? You don't shut down in social situations. People think you're shy, but I'm not shy, I'm shutting down, dude.
Yeah, people can tell the difference. That's
Exactly.
like,
People
that's
think I'm shy. আমি কথা বলি না ভাই, আমি পারতাছি না কথা বলতে। I don't know what to say. I don't know how to initiate a conversation or how to take part in one. আমি just একটা কোণে চুপ কইরা I can just listen to you like a creep.
That's very insightful.
Yeah. It is, I guess. তোদের সাথে comfortable because you guys are practically the same.
What? Yeah, yuck, I'm not gay.
Yes, you're gay.
No, I'm not. I'm just fat. I'm not gay.
No, I'm fat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Meme machine. Meme machine. I'm a motherfucking meme machine. Meme machine.
You wanna see a man do the god shit?
Navid, you mentioned something about Filthy Frank.
Oh yeah, dude.
Ah, yes, Filthy Frank.
Ona থাকলে আমরা থাকতাম না।
Yeah, basically, like,
He made being fucked up cool.
ভাই ফিল্থি ফ্র্যাঙ্ক না থাকলে ভাই আমার এই আনকন্ট্রোলেবল ইমোশনস বা যখন দেখতাছি আনকন্ট্রোলেবল ইমোশনসগুলো একটা নেগেটিভ সাইডে চলে যায় ওয়ার আই এম লাইক এক্সট্রিমলি স্যাড, বাই দ্য ওয়ে নট ডিপ্রেসড, স্যাড, সিরিয়াস লেভেলের স্যাড, অ্যান্ড আই ডোন্ট নো হোয়াট টু ডু আদার দ্যান ক্রাই অ্যান্ড স্ক্রিম। I just turn on Filthy Frank, that just elevates my mood instantly because I'm on constant changes of moods. So it takes me to a happy place and I'm like, okay, fine. Okay. I'm not crying anymore.
I think we should talk about the lore someday in length.
But I'm just saying how Filthy Frank has helped me.
I know what you're saying. I absolutely know what you're saying. I want to add to that actually. Navid jeta bollo je Frank helps with stuff. I think আমরা যে সময় ফ্র্যাঙ্ককে পাইছি ওই সময় ওকে না পাইলে we'd all be worse off.
একটা অন্য একটা লাইক হয়তোবা we would have come to this position but আরো লেটে it would have taken us he just কি বলে he was a catalyst.
If you know the story of the dude George Miller,
Georgie Miller,
George. So yeah, sure man, like
either works.
Yeah, both works.
He likes the music actually, so
I love Georgie music. আমি
আচ্ছা আমার দুইটা গান ভালো লাগে, স্যাংচুয়ারি ভালো লাগে আমার।
আচ্ছা স্যাংচুয়ারিটা ভালো ছিল। আচ্ছা এখানে আমি জর্জিতে আমি পরে যাব, জর্জির একটা কাহিনী আমি খেয়াল করতেছি ওর ভিডিওগুলোতে।
Yeah, see, the thing is Filthy Frank stuff really make he's not a normal guy. It's very messed up. It's very messed up. It is indeed very messed up. And in a way that dude being on YouTube gave you hope. It gave you hope that being messed up is not necessarily the end of the world.
Yeah, you can be messed up but doesn't mean that's a bad thing.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah,
so for me it does. By that shit helps.
Yeah, exactly. Georgie was
Filthy Frank was basically
he let you know that being fucked up is not necessarily a bad thing.
It's just a condition that you
and he
come in terms with.
For me especially during the political correctness thing, when it all took off, it inspired me to like actually acknowledge the stuff you find funny regardless of how crude or inappropriate they might be. If you should acknowledge your feelings, man. If someone falling over and hurting themselves makes you laugh, it makes you laugh.
Yeah,
because it might not be politically correct to laugh, but the feeling you get cannot be denied.
Yeah, basically.
Is what I'm trying to say.
and like if you falling over makes someone laugh and it makes you feel good, then I guess sometimes it's okay to fall over just to make someone
Oh
laugh.
man, that's like so deep.
That's my actual philosophy.
That's deeper than my asshole is right now.
You.
And this is how comedians commit suicide.
What?
That's it for today, folks.
What? You need to like what? Wait, what? আচ্ছা এখানে কেটে দিস। এখানে কেটে দিস।
আমি আর আমি নিতে পারলাম না জিনিসটা। আপনার what the fuck man?
No.
আচ্ছা না actually একটু ই কর।
না এখানে রেকর্ডিংটা থাইমা like let's talk.
Yeah, let's actually talk.
Wait,
That's it for today.
আমি এক্সপোর্ট